The worst goodbye. This was really the worst goodbye. In this episode, I feel like it was a waste of time, but whatever. I'm going to go over it. Janelle and Christine are talking about the conversation that they had the previous day, and how Janelle couldn't believe how angry Kody is, and how she basically hopes that Christine saying that she wants things to stay how they are doesn't turn into Christine doesn't want to have a relationship with Robin's kids. And I think that the reason why Janelle has stated this to Christine is because she's been around Robin long enough to know that that's exactly what's going to happen. That's exactly what did happen. Even though we're not being shown that, Robin took it that way. So that's what Robin said. Remember when it was Thanksgiving and Christine decided to spend the holidays with her children? That was twisted in. They don't want to spend time with us. Christine wants to spend time with Janelle and her kids. So I'm sure that she delivered this message incorrectly as well, especially since we didn't see it. Um, I really don't understand why Robin keeps talking about how she wants to have a relationship with Christine and she wants to see if they can work on it now. Why build on it now? After all this time, why build on it now? Janelle and Christine continue to talk, and basically, Christine says, Janelle, you're more than a sister wife. Janelle is my best friend. And I really feel like that is accurate. Of course, Kody tries to say that just 4 years ago they didn't like each other and they were bumping heads when Christine didn't support the one house idea. And honestly, I don't think that they bump heads, Kody. I think that you wanted them to bump heads. I'm sure that you sat there with Janelle and had certain discussions about Christine and probably vented your frustration because she was destroying your dream. I think you're trying to put it on Janelle and make it seem like it's something that Janelle said, but I don't think Janelle said it. I think you said it. Janelle wants to know like what Christine's plans are. Does she plan on getting married again? And she hopes she does. And Christine is like, yeah, to one person I will. They talk about Truly and how Truly has been getting COVID tested, which is ridiculous to me, to go over to Kody's house, but Truly doesn't want to stay for more than a couple of hours. And I think part of that is because Truly's not accustomed to getting more than a couple hours of her father's attention. Let's be real. You go over to this house where I'm sure Truly watches you dote on Saul and Ari and sees the interaction that you have with them, and you do whatever surface level communication that you have with her, and then she's ready to go. Her own mother said that she's never been apart from her, and that what's probably going to happen is she's probably not going to be able to stay with you once you guys are separated, which whatever that means, because Truly's not going to feel comfortable. Kody talks about how heartbroken he is. And I struggled with him saying that he's heartbroken. And the reason why I struggle with him saying that he's heartbroken is because what exactly are you heartbroken about? You said on multiple occasions that you do not love Christine. If you do not love Christine, why are you so angry? It doesn't make sense. McKelty comes into town and McKelty talks with Robin and Kody, and basically Kody wants to know from McKelty how long ago did she know that her mom wanted a divorce? And McKelty, you can tell McKelty's trying not to get in the middle of it, but at the same time, McKelty's saying things, and because of the way Kody is, anything that McKelty says is gonna be used to be seen like it's something more than it is. Um, Robin states that she hopes that their relationship doesn't change because she looks at McKelty and Tony like they're her son and her daughter, and that she doesn't want there to be any influence. And when she's saying the things that she's saying, I halfway feel like Robin is trying to influence her when she says it. Because what's the point of even saying that? If McKelty has come into town and brought her husband and sat with you and Kody outside of your house, which is still odd to me that you're not allowing filming in your house, even though you're hugging the baby and you're doing things with the baby, and y'all are sitting at the table in front of each other. I don't know why they're not in your house, but whatever. We're gonna leave it alone. That you hope that they still remain, close. And Tony says, yes, you're still, mom, you're still grandma, blah blah blah. I really don't care. I was getting annoyed with McKelty because I feel like McKelty, you had good intentions, but you were a little delusional. I feel like seeing how your father has treated your mother and the way he's operated, you should have known that nothing about Kody and Christine is going to be smooth. It's not going to be a smooth ride. It's not going to be smooth sailing because at this point, Kody is really bitter. Kody even admits that he wants to trash talk Christine. He said he wants to talk beep. He wants to talk about her. Um, he wants to know if he was the last to know. Why does it matter? McKelty said she's been talking about this for a long time, but I didn't realize that she was going to leave. She's been saying she's been unhappy for a long time. Gwen in her confessional says she's happy. She wanted her mom to leave. Every child that they show in the confessionals, even Gabe, who is not Christine's biological child, said that he's happy for her. He said he's not sad that they're getting divorced. He said that Christine's moving away. They never really see you act like a husband to Christine. So that part of it doesn't matter to them. What matters to them is the fact that they're not going to be around Christine because Christine is infectious. Her joy is infectious. You can tell that she's a good person. You can tell that she has a good soul. And Robin's prude Nike eyebrow check tail isn't going to be able to bring what Christine brings. So even though Kody continues to try to downplay her and say that she wasn't all these things, it's obvious that she was. I wrote up here that McKelty gives Kody too much credit. That her sitting there and trying to say no one is at fault and all that other stuff, I feel like that's a little crazy because Kody is at fault. Kody is so much at fault that it doesn't make any sense. Christine lets us know that when she told her father about the house, that not about the house, when she told her father about the divorce, that he was sad. When she told her father about the home, he said, welcome home. So he's happy that she's coming back. She's only going to be like 45 minutes from her father, 20 from her kids, 45 from her sister. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm not editing anything because I don't know. This didn't do much for me. Meri didn't come, didn't say goodbye, said that she didn't really want to after what Christine said, and she was at the Airbnb, the bed and breakfast. Stay there. That's where Kody wants you to be anyway. Let's skip to the moving day. Moving day it was painful to watch. Kody's energy was so negative approaching. His kids' energy was negative. Robin's energy was negative. This is your goodbye that McKelty's the one who initiated, because McKelty admitted that she called Robin, not her dad, she called Robin, and had a talk with Robin about making sure that they say goodbye. And she had a talk with her dad eventually about it too, and they agreed to come, but it was weird. The energy felt off. They were standing on one side. Christine was standing on the other side, and next to her were Janelle and her kids, while Robin and Kody and their families stood on the opposite side. Um, the interaction, Kody said to Truly, like, what did he say? Are you happy that you're moving? And she said yes. And he said, you don't look happy. You're not smiling. Well, neither are you. What do you want her to do? Let's be real. Truly is putting on a brave face. Even earlier in the episode, when Christine let her know that they're going to be moving in a week rather than in a couple weeks, and she asked her if she's okay, Truly says she was okay. Truly wasn't okay. Truly understands that she has no choice in the situation. Truly wanted to leave. She wanted to deal with her emotions off camera. It was so obvious, which is why when she left, Christine was like, are you sure you're okay? You have some weird exchange with her, Kody, as her father. Then you give her this half hug and tell her to use FaceTime to talk to you. Robin, goodbye and good luck. Robin, you care so much about Truly. Why didn't you hug her? I understand you don't want to hug Christine, but why didn't you hug her? When Janelle walked over to Christine, Christine was crying standing there before Janelle even touched her. When they showed a close-up, her eyes were watery. Now, granted, it started raining, but she had a tear running down on the other side of her glasses. When Janelle embraced her, the release that Christine had of emotions and the reaction that Kody and Robin and their kids had was so interesting to me. Y'all care so much about this woman, Robin. I didn't go include Kody. Y'all care so much about this woman, but you look like you couldn't care less about her crying. When she started crying, I felt myself, look, I'm about to do it again. I felt myself ready to cry. I felt empathy. Christine has been married to this man, whether we call it a legal marriage or not. She's been with this man for over 20 years. They created a family together. She's had multiple kids with him. And to see Gwen said, I felt like she should have left him before we even moved to Vegas. What did these kids see? What did they experience? When I left my ex, it was extremely hard for me. And I wasn't married. I dated him for a long time, and I met him when I was 19. Christine met Kody when she was in her early 20s. I know how hard it was for me to cut ties with my ex, who I have one child with. Can you imagine how hard it has to have been for Christine to cut ties with someone that she has multiple children with, who for the rest of her life she's gonna have to be around because they share grandchildren together and all these things? But that's if Kody's active. how hard would it have been for you to show compassion during that? It bothers me that the anger that this family that's supposed to be a polygamous family, that's supposed to be Christ centered and all of these things, holds so much resentment to a person who's been telling you for years that she's not happy. She didn't just say this. This isn't something that just happened out of nowhere. This is something that she's been feeling all along. This is something that she's been feeling for at least 10 years. How dare you? How dare you stand there and make a moment that's hard enough for her that much harder? Because you're mad. Kody, you're not heartbroken. You're mad. You're mad because she left you. You're mad because she didn't allow you to continue to walk over her. You're mad because she's no longer a doormat. You're mad because she's thriving. You're mad because she's going back to a place that when you all were in Flagstaff and you left to go visit your friends in Utah that you said you wanted to go back to. You're mad. You're mad because she's out of the bucket, as you said last week. Kody in his confession was talking about how he blames her and he partially feels like because of her, that's why Isabel, maybe Isabel would have wanted to stay. When we know that Isabel said before this announcement of the divorce that she was thinking about moving to North Carolina. This is something that they discussed years ago. Maddie even said it. So why are you acting like you don't know this? You blame Christine for everything. When McKelty was sitting there talking to you and McKelty said like no one's taking any sides and Robin, you know, we still love you and all these other things. Kody, you basically say that's not the case. I wish they would act that way towards me. Your kids aren't moving the way that they're moving because of Christine. They're moving the way that they're moving because of you. Look at what you just did to Janelle in the episode, which I skipped and I paused because I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about it or not. But you go there with Janelle to her property, y'all, the property that you guys have, and you go to level the RV that's supposed to do a automatic level. You're not supposed to have to do it manually. And you go to level, and at this point, Janelle's been there for 4 months, and she's telling you that she might have to move into town during the winter for like 6 months and then come back, and you get mad at her for saying that. And then she says in the confession, he didn't want me to be in the RV. Now I'm saying I want to move into town, and he has a problem with that. And he says Janelle is antagon. She's being a. I can't even say the word right now. She's antagonizing him. When really what it is Kody, you're materialistic. You have gotten accustomed to a certain lifestyle, and in your eyes, Janelle is living below what you want. Because how dare she live in an RV? You complain about how the thing's been broke and da-da-da-da, and she's arguing with you. And she wasn't arguing with you. She was suggesting, which goes back to the fact that if anybody disagrees with you, it's a problem. You do not want your wives to have an opinion. Which also goes back to why Christine was so surprised that Robin could have an opinion when she came into the family. Because Christine learned very early that if she had an opinion, it would be a problem. I wasn't impressed with this episode. I was kind of upset. I felt like they wasted time flashing back through stuff that was said. I felt like it was kind of a filler. I felt like they could have showed Christine actually pulling off And that would have really been like, okay, yeah, we're out of here. We'll see what happens next week.